Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone is having a good day. Welcome back to the Sinking City. Now, for anybody who caught last night's live stream, you will have realized that the first 25 minutes were occupied by me trying to get the game running. And because I had mistakenly assumed that because the game was certified playable on Steam Deck, it would therefore work on my Linux system. Now, up till then, that had actually proven to be a perfectly workable assumption. Everything that was at least considered playable on Steam would work, except it didn't. And I ended up having to go and force Steam to use a particular compatibility system to function. So the result is the first half hour is basically not necessarily particularly watchable unless you happen to enjoy watching me try and figure out a problem on the fly. So therefore I decided what I was going to do was start over so that we have a brand new game starting now. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Massachusetts. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours. A city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment, and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Cordially, Johannes van der Berg. So, the first thing we learn about our protagonist, Mr. Charles Reed, is that he was in the Navy during World War I, and that he looks like he's suffering from survivor's guilt, which does not speak well of the ship that he was probably on. I could be wrong about that.
I never have to use it. Something tells me I will.
And that's the letter I read at the beginning. That looks something like what he saw in his dream, except that was floating on the surface with its tentacles dangling down.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Curse of the Were-Jaguar. I have to wonder if that was actually a real movie. Is there anything else that we need from here? Yeah, I can't remember what you do with gunpowder and coil springs. I do know you end up, I think, having to craft your own ammunition during the game.
Now get out.
Charming.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Much obliged, Mr. Van Berg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Reaching Oakmont is no easy task. Most maps I found in the market, and this rickety package ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you make it, Mr. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks. And the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the atmosphere.
You said you know someone who can help me with my visions are getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already there. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand up.
Tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton.
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust, philanthropist, scholar, patron of the famous Oakmont University, a man of great ambitions and even great do not make me.
I need a place to lay my hand on you. Any recommendations?
Fear not, I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Roof. Is the
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the door.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map and mark the hotel and a few other places.
Other places? What?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I like the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to go to. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you'd better know where to turn in search of me.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vandenberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligence, gathering seeds of thought like moths draw to.
So what really happens to philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without brains. No better moment for clarity than time to watch.
That's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get things.
No, no. The pleasure was mine.
Now, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry. I'm the kind of man who finds.
Well, you do have to wonder what kind of person Mr. Vandenberg is, because he made sure he was undercover during this downpour, and Mr. Reed here was stuck out in the rain. I wonder if that's intended to be a power play or something else. What are they doing? That seems like an odd place to pray. And that looks like a disturbingly large octopus. I think there are octopi that are that large, actually. What are you doing? Oh, this place is a mess.
The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sown.
Oh, that doesn't sound particularly promising. Well, I guess... Well, I know that is Mr. Throgmorton.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am. Interesting. Go away.
My name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator. Just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth or Ridden City will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
The Shadow over Innsmouth was one of H.P. Lovecraft's more famous stories. One of the significant features of it was the interbreeding in Innsmouth between humans and I can't actually remember what they were. Sort of what's the expression? I think actually it was the deep ones, and it led to, well, we'll see what they look like as a result.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, finding people is kind of a specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of the deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. He even tried to bite him.
You don't believe it?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, not my words.
Oh, hang on a moment. I just need to check something here. Right.
Take it the oldest families, Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. Now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damn city. Port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the Shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken word from the local fishermen. They stir, agitate against us. The Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. Now we're good at tracking down some people. Find out.
What makes you think you can do it? Throgmorton is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. Anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every minute you can get.
Fair enough. You have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating plan. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
See. Okay. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Tim, did you not listen at all? I told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. When I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a proud eye. Was standing right in front of it.
You mentioned the lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
I'm not going to start asking about his
As much as I'm
features.
enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Although, as I observed yesterday, that gap between his nose and his upper lip is almost, in humans, a sign of fetal alcoholism. I'm really not that... I wouldn't in real life ask questions like, there's something unusual about his face. So I'm not going to do it here. Oh, that's the lifeboat. What are these two doing?
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
Given the look of the water, I'm not sure you'd want to. Catch mackerel, that is. Albert Throgmorton's will. I hope someone finds this. My name is Albert Throgmorton, and this is my will. I want to warn you. Don't go to the depths below Oakmont. We should have never done that. Everything should have remained in that cave. Professor... I fear what will become of me. It's singing in my brain, dancing on my eyeballs every time I close my eyes. The cycle goes on and on and on and on and on. In the end it comes. I must warn everyone. I must tell my father. He's here. That presumably was his last message. And that looks disturbing.
Something with this helmet. Gives me chills. What's wrong with it? Where's your Oberon? Titania?
Everything looks half rotted. Can't imagine the constant rain would be particularly good for it. Well, that was the lifeboat. Somebody likes fish. Ew.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Let's see what you find.
Oh my head. What? Police? I already told them everything. It's okay. I'm Charles Reed. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son. Oh, okay. What do you want? Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouth and Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, railing, kicking on them, so I started fishing. That'll start.
I want to know what happened to you. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Mary was outside on his business, and he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious. Mary left again to call Mr. Roberts, the guy in Lewis's room. And he started to make these horrible sounds, and burst, and he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar. What is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsider, show some respect. K is our Lord, our life, our love.
Sorry. Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Can't be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Like your master missed everything. I have no idea who Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. I'm just the worst. I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. I hate how merciless.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Did I kill Paul? Or did I kill him?
The police will stop anyone coming in without making their sweat suggest you're just trying to get some rest.
Afraid of what I might bring.
Yeah, this place must smell. So, what have we got?
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Yeah. So, yeah, looks like they threw over the cabinet there on their way out. Or was that there to cover the hole in the wall? I hate to think of somebody strong enough to simply bust a hole in the wall like that while attempting to escape. Well, I think we can say that this gentleman didn't do the killing. With all this blood, he would have blood on him.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. There's bleeding through a
Whoa, what was that? Oh, that presumably was friend Albert.
What's happening?
No, the levitating above the bed cannot possibly be a good sign.
Take this, ape-face.
So somebody shot him and seemed fairly rational about doing it.
Yeah, run!
Let's see.
See the sequence of events.
What's happening?
That was wow, that was
Ape-face.
he doesn't sound like this poor fellow over here.
Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Alright, let's have a little look. Oh, did I check in here?
surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Anything else for us to...
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
I'm tempted to look up Alan Brody, the modern Samson, and see if it's real, or was he put in there for the... just for the game.
So that's what Innsmouther looks like.
Yeah, and as I said, if you remember, the Innsmouthers were interbreeding with the Deep Ones, although I must admit I don't know how much Mr. Reed here would know about it. Alright, let's go have a look. I don't know what hysteria is actually like, but the person who shot him doesn't sound like they were suffering from hysteria. They sounded positively rational, actually. It certainly sounds like it, doesn't it? Yeah, certainly sounded that way. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Oops, sorry. Wrong button. Yeah. Continued shooting at him afterwards. Why are there empty cases here?
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
But if I remember, Lewis had a revolver. That is a really weird creature. So if he had a revolver, as my memory suggests, he would have had to reload. Otherwise there wouldn't be casing. Well, that is a revolver cartridge.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
So he seems to me that Lewis, when he was pursuing Albert, not only shot at him, he stopped to reload.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Albert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Why did all the work suddenly seem to have stopped? Shouldn't people be working on this stuff? This is going to rot and go off. It's going to be quite vile. That's interesting. A blood-stained note. Lewis, please, just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping about the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week, and I'll return everything with double interest. Oh, that's interesting. Someone named Peter owes Lewis. I'm going to assume it's something to do with the prohibition.
Blood is fresh. Whoever it belongs to could not have got far.
Well, somebody didn't want this door open. What? That is not normal. Well, I guess we found Albert.
One fatal round to the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
It's not just that. He was hung up as well, hidden behind a locked door. Okay. Oh, it was a dedicated pursuit. If the hysteria... Now, is the hysteria short range? That's the thing. If it was short ranged, and he jumped out the window, would the hysteria have died down? Not actually sure how this works. Alright. While I'm hit. Big whale. Well, small whale, actually. There's another one of those things, sort of. Alright. I believe we saw a sign for the bar. Oh. Let's go to the bar. I know it's not this way. I'm just looking around. What on earth is that? I mean, it looked like an aardvark had a... Not an aardvark, an armadillo had an accident with a snail. Or a slug.
Not a spare bullet, fella. I ain't eating him, did
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
I'll miss the con of this food giveaway with this darn pork closure.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what my future holds.
Oh. Hang on a moment.
Yes.
Alright, I'm sorry, I just need to check the message here. Oh, hang on, this is actually something I need to look into right now. Okay. Alright. Sorry about that. That was something I needed to look at briefly. My apologies.
Seems a little dramatic, don't you think?
I see many things, boy, and I will tell you them in detail for a small fee.
Alright, how much? $1?
No money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Let's see what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
Sounds like nonsense to me.
It is what it is. The truth will out soon. Me, I just caught an early glimpse.
That's scared.
Welcome back.
I've seen some unsettling creatures around, but nothing like that in
So, no one knows what they are. Consider yourself brothers to the others. Stay alive with. Some say they from the sea. Others they are Hades' punishment for us.
What do you say?
The blade you can kill it. Till you've got enough. You erase the memory. You say a perfect cure. There will be a cap on the door. Right there. Who's your name?
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chances here?
Even if I knew, I don't rap to newcomers.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found you might be the dead body of Albert Throgmorton. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Not if you can help me out. When you hand him over, he won't be back to collect what he owed.
One man to rock. I'll explain. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have it. So, he's upstairs. Here's the key. We got a promise to deal with once and for all. Save the shooting from outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day.
What the? Get them! Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to check this right now. My apologies. Right. Where were we?
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son out. So, I think you know why I'm here.
darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak for now. You know, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Mary wanted to see. Well, I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, let's focus.
Right. Well, Mary dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
Shot to kill. Warning, second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over him. First thing I recall, after that darn warehouse, me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived at Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, medicine. The city denied it all. So we had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like this.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer.
A newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters who control most of the city's underworld. The Blackwoods who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right. Those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, hidden body. I might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. What's it I said?
I think I've got it.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Hang on, he doesn't have a family.
For someone to reach your grinds, I still have a few oaths.
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
I don't remember him having a family. He was living in that house with the others. His actions certainly seemed deliberate to me. Calculated. It's interesting, when I did this yesterday I actually had two different outcomes down here, but this was actually the one I favoured, and to be honest with you, this is the one I favour now.
Mr. Throgmorton, I have bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I've seen a policeman from our house. I'm sorry. There's no way. Shot me dead in the body.
It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Who is he?
Just as I suspected, Innsmouth Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your friend. To put on
Oh, that's
Okay, that's not quite how I would have put it,
Whole
but
city
alright.
to see what happens when we cross the threshold. Justice. It is sweet as it is, shall we say. It's rare for a new to be said so.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you'd help me out?
Yes. Killing to think that one come barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't but have erased. Remind me, what brought you to
I'm looking into an outbreak of erratic behavior in the police. All led to shared visions of this place.
This inexplicable hysteria spread through the I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
A geological expedition. I'm not sure I found it.
Reason to believe the flood and this madness are the same source as a large singularity. So I sent men to find out.
Has your expedition found anything?
Do you know? Albert is... Albert was, but his passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? Where are the others?
Do you think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I have no news for a week that Albert, the only one I can trust, is a soul that is killed.
That sounds suspicious.
It's true. I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I need to know more. How should I start?
I will give you the address of the expedition's headquarters. The key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear. And do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I knew, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Darrow. Now, when you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Holbrook. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I owe also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Wayne. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than beers.
And that is where we're going to bring it to an end. This is actually pretty much where I left the game last time. And as it happens, I do actually have to go now. So I will continue this. Not entirely sure, to be honest. At the moment, I'm kind of planning on making Thursday and Friday sinking city days, but I might continue it Sunday. If you're subscribed, you'll obviously receive a notification. Anyway, if you've been watching, thank you. If you catch up with this later and you get this far, thank you too. And I will see you all